Today I'm working on a ThermoKing APU, changing the water pump, the one that I bought it on the Amazon. So this is the third pump that I'm going to install, and today I'm going to try to explain the mystery about the Chinese water pump leaking after the installation. So my first pump, I bought it for $70. And I installed it, and then I found out it was leaking, so I returned it back. My second one, I bought it, came just like the first one, so I returned it, that one without installing it. And then the third one, so the second one also, I bought it for $120, thinking that it's going to be a little better quality or a little difference, but basically it was the same. And then the third one that I bought it, $50, the cheapest one that I found on Amazon with a bad reviews, basically ended up a pump that I like it, and I'll explain why. So first of all, it came with all necessary kits, including the studs for the pulley, all the rubbers, all the plugs. So, and the only thing is the seal was cut, but I don't care about the seal because I'm gonna show you later what I come up with. And again, we're going back to the explanation of why is the pumps are leaking. So as you can see, I did mark here with the pen, and I wanted to show you the difference. So two previous pumps that I bought it, this back plate was cut out just exactly where the pen mark is, and then I also will try to match the seal, the gasket, to show you what's going on. So basically the plate behind the gasket on the two previous pumps that I bought it was cut out exactly just like the gasket, just like I marked with the pen. And what's happened after the installation, I'm going to try to show you with the gasket. So the reason they leaking, I'm going to try to relocate the camera, try to show you, hopefully. Okay, so the reason it leaking because after, so I'm gonna try to align this gasket like that. Okay, so it's aligned here, it's aligned on this hole. So the reason it's leaking because after the plate or the pump is installed, and again the previous two pumps had a back plate cut out just like the gasket. So basically you can see on the top there is a hole here. So this is why your pump is leaking, because the back plate is not correct. And by purchasing the second one, I found out that the plate is exactly the same like the first one. So I was going to reuse my old plate of an old pump because it was exactly just like this one. And then what I did, I just ordered the cheapest one, and the cheapest one pump ended up with the plate that I needed. So basically my old plate exactly like this one. So this gap on the seal, on the gasket, basically is too wide, and that's why your pump is leaking after the installation. So you need, when you buy the pump, you need to have this plate like this. Because if you have cut out like this, don't even try to install it because it's gonna leak. And also too, I'm gonna try to show you. So even the point is also on this pump, even if I'm gonna try to install this pump, which is plate is correct, the ones that I needed, but the gasket is not correct. So even if I try to install this pump on the APU, it's gonna leak because this part that cut out on the gasket is not gonna be sealing this plate and the engine block, and basically you're gonna have a leak here. So even if when you buy a pump, you want to make sure you have a gasket that not cut out right here, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So you wanna, this is a gasket that I already cut out, and you want to have your gasket like that. When your back plate is correct, you want to have your gasket like that, because if you have this piece cut out here, it's gonna leak. So again, the mystery about leaking pump is fixed. You want to make sure when you buy on Amazon, you want to make sure you have this part not cut out. And if your gasket came like mine, it doesn't matter, you're gonna have a leak. So you need to cut the gasket perfectly the shape of this. Then you're gonna seal 100% your pump. All right, so that's what I'm going to do. And also too, so this is the seal that goes behind this plate, and this is the seal, actually three seals that came with the pump, which is I'm not going to use them. I'm gonna show you, I did cut out off of this material that's gonna go like this behind, and also this is gonna go like that. And then I'm gonna use this water pump sealant to go on the gasket, just to make sure to seal it better. And then I cut out this one also already, and I'm gonna leave the link in the description what I bought it in Napa, what material I used, so you can guys do the same. But again, going back to the pump, so make sure when you buy the pump, you want to make sure this plate is not cut out wider than a pan. So you want to have a cut like that, or reuse your old one plate. And when you have a gasket like that, that will make 100% leak. So you want to have your gasket, make sure it's covered everything, just like this one. That's gonna seal your pump on the installation. Guys, this is how the pump looks like after the installation. Just wanted to share with you. I'm gonna let it dry. I tighten it about 90%. I'm gonna let it dry a little bit of silicone, and then I'm gonna torque it a little more, those 3 bolts. Finish installing the pump. Let's turn the valves on and see if it's gonna leak. So I'm gonna go up the front, because this is where my valves are. I'm gonna open them now. Let's see if the pump is leaking. And voila, there is no leaks. All good. Just so you understand, when I installed the first one and then opened the valve, I had a spray all over here, but now there is no water leak, no antifreeze leak, so we're good. Everything looks dry. Just started the engine, and let's see if it's leaking.